Hey traders, this is Agim and I want to share with you my trades for today. So I'm looking here at my portfolio. This is my journal, my trading journal. So let me go for today's trades. We're going to review 4 trades. I had a nice 100% win rate for a net return of $352.50. And I just want to go over these trades in detail one by one, kind of give you a breakdown of how I caught them and how I set my stop loss and take profits. Really how I learned to trade since the beginning of the pandemic 2020. And around April this year, 2021 April, it'll be my 1 year anniversary trading. So yeah, I just want to go over my journey a little bit, and also want to show you. I haven't posted a video for 2 months or so because I had a pretty bad February. I had a big drawdown. I had to crawl my way out of that hole by regaining confidence. I'm still taking very low size, but I figured everything's feeling right now. It's flowing right. I cleared some things up that I was clearly misunderstanding, or just had to do everything with emotional things that I think I resolved. A lot of FOMO and things like that, where I would hit the bid and ask pretty much and not wait for setups to come to me. I was jumping in way too early a lot of times. And some other things were that I understood that I shouldn't be scared of the higher price stocks. Actually, they can work really well because you can take a low share size, and those tend to be runners. So they'll run quite a bit, several points. So that's always nice to see. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, so this is my journaling platform, and I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to check out. There's a free 7-day trial. And it's really great. It pulls in my trades so I don't have to enter them manually. It tracks commissions and everything. I don't pay commissions with TradeStation, but it's really, if you do, that's really nice to have. And they support a ton of brokerages. So you can just check out the free 7-day trial, pull in a week's worth of trades and kind of analyze, and you'll learn a lot. It's well worth the money because of the reports you could pull up. So before we get to the trades, I'll go over those reports to kind of give you an idea of what I've learned from just inputting this after about a week and a half. Maybe a little less. I've had this platform. After I switched over to TradeStation, I got my whole new setup. I started tracking my trades a lot more detailed than before. Before I would just really review them every day, but this has been game changing. So, for instance, this is just today's trades, but of course I have about 2 weeks worth. And just from that data, I can see this is an hourly report. So I could see that this is my returns and my losses for that hour of the day, 9 a.m. So for that hour, I'm losing a lot, but I'm taking a lot of trades. And my profitability, it looks kind of sketch right now. I actually am aiming for another 70, 75%. And things have just been getting progressively better because I've been taking a lot less trades. It's averaging 7 or 8 a day. Now I'm averaging about 4. So hope to keep that trend. But you can see that the profitability win rate drops at the second hour and kind of holds on the 11th, but I didn't take that many, so not that much data there, but I'm trying to, this kind of reinforces, I tell myself, I want to trade just the open, just from the open 1 hour. And I tell myself that, but for some reason, I still get in and trade even when I'm profitable for the day, because I want to be busy with that. So, so this really is funny how it works, but the data, when it's straight in front of your face, rather than you just saying, this is my theory, this is the fact that I should stop trading after the first hour if I'm profitable. Even if I'm down a little bit, I should just call it a day. So yeah, that's that. And then I have a mistakes report. So you can, if I go back to all my trades here, rather than just today's, we can go over really quick. So this is really great because I can mark my mistakes, like a trade after profitable. Those are. I've traded stuff that are low float. stuff I didn't follow the plan, I had a bad fill, maybe because I was chasing in that case. This one I got chopped up on. I think I had 7 or 8, transactions, and it just ended up kind of for a loss. So that's the mistakes report. And what's interesting is sometimes you can make mistakes and make money. So fat fingering stuff where you enter the wrong key or something along those lines, I kind of, it's kind of sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So not that big of a thing to concentrate on is what I'm seeing. So fat fingering, yes, I'll get better over time as I become more accustomed to my platform, but not something I want to focus on. Being chopped up, yeah, that's happened a couple times, and it's usually during a short position because I'll try to play with my average cost to be profitable, and I'll try to average that out, and usually it doesn't work out. So for these, I think I'm just going to stop out, wait for the next level, for it to hit that next level, and then try shorting again or something along those lines. So that's informative there. But the biggest thing is I got to stop trading after I'm profitable. So after I'm profitable for the day, hit my profit target, doesn't matter if it's 1 trade or 4 trades, I'm done. So yeah, I gotta stick to that, or at least scale down in size a lot. If it's been 1 trade and I hit my target, I might want to take 1 more, but let me just cut my size in half or a quarter. So that's been very helpful. And then yeah, I just got some really cool reports, like an overview report. This has been my P&L since the end of March, and it's just I've been trading for it's like 7 days, almost a week and a half, with this journal. So I'm going to just, rather than entering all my previous trades, because I switched brokers too, they don't have really support from my old broker, and which was Alpaca. Don't recommend them right now. Maybe they'll get better in the future, but yeah, I switched to TradeStation, and ever since then I just pulled the trades in, and it gets me all the data here, which is going to be awesome. And I'll keep posting this data to my channel and kind of show you guys how that plays out. But to review the trade specifically for today, let me go to today's trades. All these, 3 out of the 4 were TrueTrader reversal strategies. If you're not familiar with TrueTrader, you've probably seen their ads. Dan Parker's like all over YouTube. I joined them a year ago. I have a link to their course. They have a masterclass, and then the chat room and the scanners and all the support. It's just a crazy, crazy good value. I'll put a link to that in the description and the comments. And yeah, so I purchased a year subscription with them when they offered that. Now I think it's different. It's like month to month. And then they had a deal in December that I purchased 2 additional years, because their mentorship, their courses, everything's been game changing for me. And now that I'm starting to get a few more pieces of the puzzle, and really I'm starting to track my progress, I really see myself progressing this year, and I'm really excited. So if anybody from TrueTrader is watching this or listening, thank you. Shout out to you. Yeah, the other thing is the last trade was not TrueTrader reversal strategy. It was a news call in the pro room. So one of the pros, Adriano, he called out Zoom, and I just took real light size. I didn't take that many shares, and I fat fingered some stuff because I tried to, when I tried covering, I actually shorted more. I'll do that sometimes when I'm shorting. I kind of get stuff crossed in my brain. So this is kind of the order of the trades I took. So TMDX for about 85 cents, RBLX for about 70 cents, XL, and then Zoom. So let's review those charts. Here we have TradeStation, my broker, and these are my orders. So these are the ones that were filled today. And then I got the daily chart on the left and the minute chart right here. What's nice about this little screen is that I could show you exactly where my entries and exits were. So TMDX was right off the open. I missed that first 1 minute wick, but I did get in, and it looked like selling volume was decreasing, but I didn't chase. I just felt like a really good level. In the class, they teach you exactly what to look out for. So I won't go over all that detail here, but the level looked perfect for a good setup. And I wanted to sell going into the moving average, which this yellow line is VWAP, and then we have a couple moving averages here, 1 minute 20 and a 5 minute 20. And so I sold into that. Actually, I sold in the VWAP first, be my first target, and then I want to take some size off because I wanted to let this one run and not. I didn't want to take the remaining 100 shares and say these are going to be break even, right? I want to take some off, 50, and then I wanted to take the rest off if it went below the lows. So besides breaking even, I wanted to make sure that I didn't lose too much if it did come below the lows, and I could just stop out without that big of a loss and maybe, have the potential for this thing to run up. So I quickly set my remaining 50 shares to be the 5 minute 20 as a target. Ricky Analog, he's one of the mods. He kind of teaches the importance of these moving averages as exit points. So that was a great strategy. That trade worked out great. I think my share size again is kind of small right now as I build up my confidence, and I'm charting everything and tracking everything. So see some more returns as my share size and confidence increases. So Roblox, let me go to the trade. This guy is a strong name. So I was pretty confident in going into this one. One mistake I would say I had is that this thing's pretty volatile. You can see the daily candles are pretty crazy, 76 to 78. I mean, for this price stock, that's quite a bit. It's almost 10%. And I think my mistake was that I took too big a size. This is the normal size I would take for this price stock, but I shouldn't be taking size based on price. It's more based on the range that stock might have, because they have some crazy ranges of lower price stocks compared to higher price ones. It just depends. But I did see that there was a huge volume. You could see a huge volume candle here or bar. And just kind of, when I caught it, I saw that it was at a good level again. And so I took 200 shares. And I got out immediately, a little too quick, and wasn't really at my target. I probably fumbled around a little bit because it was a pretty quick wash. And then I immediately covered another 50. The same idea as TMDX was that I want to leave 50 on and take off below the lows, and just let 50 ride. Now, the idea that I heard from one of the mods, Goose, in the pro room, is that you could set a target if you leave a little bit on is the open price, which was right around 70.67, and that's exactly where this kind of just reversed right there. So I knew that in the back of my mind. So this one I counted as mistakes. I didn't follow my plan, which was I was going to exit the last 50 on the open. And so these kind of things, even though it was profitable, it was a mistake in that I didn't follow my plan. So those kind of notes are really important to take as you trade and reflect on getting better. Next one was XL. This was a short opportunity. And let me go to that one. See, I just pan over. It's not letting me pan. There we go. Well, this one really dropped today. Why didn't I hold it? Oh my God. I know XL, there was some news pre-market with a few automotive, like electrical vehicle and trucks type of deal. I saw in the chat. Somebody alerted that type of news, it came out right before the market opened, and so that would push those stocks up. So I was kind of had this one in the back of my mind, and I had some alerts set. I actually had alerts set just over 10 because it was a nice hold number. Usually when things spike up through a whole number like that, they don't really hit it. They'll try to push through it. So I'd say like 1% over that, which would be like 10.15, 10.10 would have been my short opportunity. But I saw this thing kind of hesitate and then the volume died down. So I got in with a stop going to be over the highs. And I took really small size because I really wanted this thing to push up and continue to short, knowing that this kind of news was kind of die off during the day, because you could see on the daily, look at XL. I mean, it's just trending downwards. I don't care what the news is. It's got some really big candles here, but I mean, look how many days this thing's just been tanking. Sure, it's had some days like this and crazy candles, but I was prepared to scale into size if this thing was going to get a little bit, parabolic and then have an awesome short trade. So it's just the timing, and it kind of edged its way up. And so overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I probably could have covered at VWAP, would have been better targets, and just left my my stop loss above the highs for a nice risk to reward ratio. This one was a little bit over 1-to-1. So I think, again, I messed up on the setup in that I probably took too small size on this price stock. I probably could took 200 or 300. And then my risk to reward was a little bit too close. So yeah, I'll have to edit my notes in saying that this one was actually a mistake as well on those two fronts. And then for Zoom, let's see, for Zoom, this was a news play. So one of the mods just announced it in the chat room that Facebook announced something about, or there was news about Facebook and Zoom, something about Zoom being available on some platform that Facebook owns or has. And look what happened here. It went from 321 all the way, it spiked up to 329. So $8 in just a couple minutes. It was pretty significant. And once the mod had confirmed some news about that, the news was old. Facebook had talked about this, I guess, a while back. The volume immediately died down. And I covered, but I fat fingered, and rather than covering my last half, I shorted more and brought my average really bad. So I probably could have, let's see, I got about 29 out of this one. I probably could double that to be 60, but was really cautious, took light size, shorted once at 50. I was ready to add. And had it gone against me, I probably would have added more. But yes, because this one kind of trailed off in the news. I knew that I was confident in the news. That was kind of bogus. So that's my trades for today. Again, I'll have links for the trading logging platform. You can check out the 7-day free trial. You might have found this video because you were searching for TrueTrader. So giving you my full honest review. I've been with them for a year and I love it. So there's a link down in that description as well. I'd appreciate if you click that if you're looking to sign up. If you have any questions, please ask below. I really appreciate the support. If you like and subscribe to my channel, I'm going to post more of these. I could do dailies and more of a shorter recap. Yeah, all right, thanks. Have a great one.